Hello, hello. Another day on the clock. Oh man. What's nice is that it is Friday. Big, beautiful Friday. And you know, that's something to look forward to. But let's see, yesterday. What did we get done yesterday? Well, actually, not much. Yeah, actually, not much. Especially since I got up late again. It's a bad habit. Low key, it's kind of a bad habit. Trying to work on it though. Trying to work on it. Well, yeah, I got up late. Didn't really get much of anything done yesterday. I say that I got some stuff done, realistically, but not nearly as much as I would have wanted to. Ugh. And oh my goodness, it's actually so hot. It's the part of the year where it's just like, man, I'm dreading having to work outside. Ugh, yuck. But no, better news, let's stick to better news. I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but I am enjoying the new poses that we've got here. The dynamicism. Is that even a word? Dynamicism. The dynamics. The dynamic poses are helpful to think about. I still need to break them down though, so I can actually understand them better. Winds. But you know what that actually makes me think of is a Street Fighter. Especially since like I'm trying to learn combos now. Just so I can participate. And I was actually trying to learn modern, but then I was like, nah. Let's step it up a bit and let's learn classic. And now I have well, I don't know. I haven't gotten to like the actual hard part of classic. I've only really learned like the button layout so far. The button layout for just the basic moves. So like, you know, punches, kicks, heavy, light, medium, all that stuff. I hadn't even gotten to any of the, like, I don't know, like stick movements, I guess is like the best way to call it. I hadn't gotten any of that stuff yet. But yeah, so far, I mean, that makes sense at least. And honestly, like, I'm taking it pretty slow, but just the small parts got me excited. So like I've learned like maybe like one combo, and it actually has me thrilled because I mean like it's small, but it was like, still exciting. It was small, but I still felt like I accomplished something. Because low key, there was one combo. It was like the basic combo, like the first combo that I was trying to do, and it took me like 20 minutes to be able to do it right. It ain't looking good, dog. It ain't looking good. I won't lie. Things are looking bleak. Outlook gray is... Gray as hell. But that's alright. I think with time, I'll get to learn 2 combos. But, I mean, like, all jokes aside, I am pretty interested to see how far I can take it. And I say, let's see, in addition to that, oh yeah, I actually remembered, it wasn't yesterday, but the day before yesterday, I actually got some meal prep, guys. I don't know if I mentioned that either. And that low-key was like the highlight of my day yesterday. Because I'm serious, for real. It was lame having to go to work yesterday. There's a whole bunch of stuff I didn't want to do. And I didn't even get back until like dang near the end of my shift because I had to like leave and do nonsense. So when I got back, there was my lunch. All good in there, I guess. And that was just the highlight of my day. It was just like, oh, finally get to go back and have my lunch now. And I mean, like, it turned out, it still turned out good. There's still some tweaking I want to do. But I don't know. I'm not really sure if, I'm not really sure if it's possible that I can get what I want. Because I still have that issue where it was kind of like, where I have, like overcooked like burnt rice in my pot. Both wasteful and annoying to clean. I haven't figured out how to like cook it so it doesn't happen. Not yet. But another thing that I liked doing was so I'll have like a ton of sauce to like experiment with as well. So I mean, like I'll have like teriyaki, and then I'll have like sweet and sour and sriracha. We're trying it all. Trying it all. We're trying it all. The rhythm's off on that one. Oof. But yeah, overall, hot, long, a lot of driving. Oof. And there was like a crazy amount of traffic home to top it off. And I don't even know why. It always just seems to be like the one street that just has like a ton of construction on it. It's just like always just one street. Like if it's gonna be construction on my route, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's like I had this like same thought at like another job when I used to work somewhere else. It'd always be like the same road all the time that would just have construction on it. No other road, like the same exact one. And man, that sucks, cause it's just like it adds like 30 minutes to like my like 15-minute drive. Like it's so sad that it takes that long. On the bright side though, I'm making good use of my time when I'm stuck in the car. Cause I mean, like, yeah, I guess that's another good question. It's just like, when you guys are stuck in traffic, what do you like do to like kill time? Cause like what I was doing was, I just have audiobooks, and I'll just like listen to those, and that makes it so much better. Actually, it makes it so much better. Cause I mean, like at first, it just felt like a slog. It was like dragging my knuckles through glass the entire way, sitting through traffic. But as soon as I like actually got something to like do, sort of, quote unquote, easy. It was like my brain was like unlocked. So I mean, yeah, like, I don't know, like, what would you guys do in traffic to actually just like, I don't know, actually kill time, I guess? Also, I don't know, my sinuses are also kind of acting up. Hopefully that turns out to be nothing. Keep the line straight. This is such a weird, like, angle, because it makes, like, the pose look so bizarre. Especially since it kind of looks flat. Or it appears that way? Like, what are you missing there to actually, like, not make it look flat like that? Like, is it the overlap, I guess? I don't know. Who knows? Ooh, yesterday also got to play some League. Quite a bit more. Kind of getting back into it, and that's nice. It still feels weird though to play it. Like I'm thinking like it would be like more like riding a bike. But it doesn't feel like I've gotten like used to riding my bike yet. Pretty much. But yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It feels like especially like my mouse, like my clicks are just bad. It just feels like it feels unnatural still. So I mean, like I'll definitely have to play like more to get like unrusted, I guess. But I mean, I am also enjoying the ARAM experience again, especially since you have like more choices to like pick from. That helps a lot. Yuck. This is a good arm. Good rhythm. Good angle. Worth looking at closer. Making corrections. The rhythm feels right, but maybe the shape language is what's off. This one's a classic. How? I want to talk about this, but let's see. I'm not quite sure where I should begin with it. Well, basically, there was a topic in one of the books I was reading, and it was discussing how pretty much, like the socially rich people, I guess. In a sense of like, you have like a lot of friends, connections, that type of rich. Not like monetary. But like the, socially rich. Lots of friends, close to your family, close connections. Stuff like that. It was discussing like, generally people with like worthwhile life connections, people that feel close to like their loved ones, their friends, their family, their neighbors. Generally, they just have better life quality, I guess. Better life quality, longevity, happiness in general, success. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's like common knowledge, but maybe it's not. But it doesn't really sound like it. And I think that's like the main thing, because it's just like, it, like, you know, it kind of like sounds like, especially in like our society, like the focus is really just like hustle culture, I guess. And that's like the main thing that I'd like contribute that to, I guess. Contribute that to. And I guess like the main point is just kind of like, oh man, I guess it'd be easier to explain like what the scope of the actual like study was, because like what they did was that they just had, I guess like what, up to like 70 years of like information from people and predictions of like how they would like pretty much turn out in life, and that's how they came to that conclusion. So I mean, like, even people who had like rougher starts, like, you know, financially or socially or physically, all that, as long as at some point in their life they had, you know, that glow up moment, I guess, let's call it, and they became, you know, they got those connections, you know, socially adept in a way. At some point in their lives, you know, that led to like the majority of their like happiness, success, etc. And the people who like didn't, you know, tended to like focus on like their careers, and they choose like basically other things over like connections. They just tended to be more sadly miserable than average, which kind of feels, it sounds backwards. Well, I guess it doesn't really like sound backwards, but it like how we do things makes us sound backwards, I guess. It makes us sound backwards. Like, we're working so hard to like get our money up and not our funny up, right? And then you still look like a clown anyway, so I mean, like, what's the point? So I mean, like, I don't know, it just sounds like another reason for like hustle culture to just like, I don't know, it's just like not to be as like glorified as I guess it, at least how I hear it is. Because I mean, it's just gotta be like fast, learn. But I mean, I don't know, it doesn't really feel like that. It doesn't feel like it's like worth it, at least like not long term, like, you know, and like still like get your bag, you know, but like long term it just doesn't. Maybe there's just like a balance, like in most things. Maybe there's just a balance, I don't know. But I don't know. I guess basically it's like, like what's your experience with like hustle culture? And like, has it really like done much for you, honestly? Oh my goodness. See, okay, these poses especially, like these top-down ones, nice, nice. I just want to like, add that little tidbit in there. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like I've definitely been sort of guilty of it, I guess. Definitely hustling more than I'm like focusing on like, like my relationships, especially. I'm not really focusing on it that much. I'm focusing on other things, myself, my skills, my professional life, and like communication and just connection. It's just kind of taking like a backseat to all of that, really. Which, I mean, I guess in itself isn't like terrible. Like, you're gonna need both of those things as well. You're gonna need all those things as well for like, success in your life. But it kind of, I guess the thought is, as well as like, it kind of just keeps me in check. It reminds me, I guess it reminds me like, like that's not everything. Like, I could get really good at like drawing or editing or 3D music or any of that stuff. But I mean, like, that's only like really part of the puzzle. Like, I mean, if like my social circle is like lacking and like, I'm disconnected from my like friends and family, then I'm like, what's the point? My success would still be limited in my happiness. Kind of neglected, like, at best. Doesn't really matter how you look at it from like whatever perspective. And you pretty much just need connection. And you really can't do it like, by yourself. And that's not even for you, that's for me. I gotta remind myself of that. Or else I'll go gremlin mode, straight gremlin mode, and just never leave my house. So, man, that also made me consider like what are some advantages to being like, I don't know, like what are some advantages to being like an extrovert versus an introvert that you don't really like necessarily think about? Because in a way, I also feel like, extroverts obviously have more like chances like for connection, not necessarily like better connections on average, but like more opportunities. Because I mean, like, just because you talk to more people or you're more comfortable talking to people, or I mean, like, however you want to describe it, doesn't mean that you necessarily make good connections. Or like all those connections are good ones, You could be an introvert and then have less opportunities to like talk to people or even connect or make friends. But the ones you choose, you pick them good, So I mean, like, I wouldn't even say like that's necessarily necessarily true or whatnot. Oof. Yeah, okay, the hands turned out better than I thought they were going to, actually. The shape language is a little bit off there, though. And add the fingers and get the rhythm. Underhand. Alright, cool. That wraps up the warm-up section of the stream. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to our rendering now. Ouch, I think I scratched myself. Pain. Okay. You know, actually, I think one advantage that extroverts have over introverts is that I feel like they're probably better at, like, you know, just straight up making connections, and that makes, you know, that gives you better opportunities to actually, you know, make good friends, good connections in general, better opportunities for them. But I feel like introverts have, like, the advantage of, like, listening, if that makes sense. And when you're listening, you have a better understanding of, like, who somebody is. Because you're paying more attention. Well, I guess only if it's active listening. You have a better opportunity to understand, like, the person, like, that's talking to you or you're talking to. Like, you will understand a lot more when you're listening than when you're talking. And I feel like that's something that you'll probably have more on, like, average if you're, like, more of an introvert. You're more of a listener, so to speak. Not too big of it on talking. Oh goodness. I'd like to put that right there, thank you. What is this? Oh, it's the fingers. What? Wow. So, what? Again, that's pretty much everything though. I got it all sectioned out. I got all my selections. All my selections, so to speak. Okay. I think the eyes. I don't know. I think I need to put those on like their own separate layer. So maybe I'll just end up deleting all of this stuff. Well, that one. I think what I'll end up doing is that I'll have that there, and I'll just think about it actually. So yeah, I think I'll just merge it, and then that way I'll be able to actually like recolor it, because I want to recolor it. And then I can resection it out. Okay. I can resection it out. And then what's the plan? Then what's the plan, guys? What's the plan? Honestly, I'm liking the shape language on these feet. Feet, bro. Feet. To all the feet enjoyers, you're welcome. Anyway, yeah. So, I think I need to separate the eyes from the rest of this. I think that's the only way this really works. I'll probably need to use polyline as well. And then I think I'll need to make like 2. Whoops, I double clicked. I've sinned. But yeah, after I make this and like change the color, those are like the 2 main things I want to do. Not quite sure if I'll leave the horns in or not either. Dude. Bruh. Because I don't actually have that in the, in my like turnaround sheet anymore, in like my character sheet. I took them out. So I mean, I'm not really sure if I want to like keep them or not, actually. I'm not quite sure. Oh, I should probably not do that. I just need to add the selection, I think. Right? Right. Yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, then I can do this then. Yup. Maybe I should... I'll include that as well, actually. And then I'll add this as well. add that to the selection, and we're chilling. Okay. Now, I think I'll also add selections for this as well, just because I like the way they look. And I'm also considering adding selections for the hair as well. We'll see. I may not need to, but like, we'll see. I'll add this too. Adding this without the polyline though makes it so it's not like a lot harder, but man, it's just so nice. It's just much cleaner. It's just so much cleaner, man. It's actually goated. Okay. Wait. I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't think it matters. And then I'll save, and I think I'll actually duplicate this. And then, okay. Oh, and then we want this, and we want that. Okay. Pretty much this. I've decided to not go with color on this one, actually. Besides, like this, wait. I want to see how this looks if I just have color only here. Alright, and then do the same thing. And then that. Oh, and I don't even have to like take all the color out. Like, I just want to see like most of it out. How does that look? Yeah, I don't really. I don't think I really want it like completely desaturated. I don't think, right? I just think I want it like. Let's do 75 out of 100. That's like most of it. Right, that's like most of it. And then just leave. No, I'll just leave it there. And then I'll see what time it is. Alright, I gotta go, y'all. Thank you very much for stopping by, though. We appreciate your contributions and your time. Thank you. Continue your journey on. We are loved. Take care, y'all. Dream sweet. Peace. Bye-bye.